All right, so go ahead and start our recording. All right, good evening, everyone. This is Calvin Butler with the RBBS Logistics Learning Center. We are here tonight with members of the National Dispatchers Network. And tonight is Wednesday night, so it is Q&A, questions and answers, all Q&A, all questions and answers. We're only going to be here for about 45 minutes, no longer than an hour. We're going to try to get as many questions answered as we can from our members who have questions. So let's get started. Let me go ahead and start sharing my screen. All right, one moment. Let me get over here to my, admit everyone in. All right, there we go. A live thing going there. Let me move this down here. All right, there we go. All right, so let's get started. Tonight is Q&A, so let's get started. Who's up first?
I'll take the first one.
Michael.
Good evening, sir. This is Goodwhite, Kentucky branch. I keep getting the same questions. I don't know if these guys are related from a couple of prospective carriers in regards to the owner-op program.
Okay.
And a couple of their concerns were if their equipment were to go down for a long period of time, you know, would they still have to pay the fee, the 3808, or how much of the fee do they have to pay? And I couldn't give them a straight answer without talking to you.
Okay, let me ask you a question. If you were signed on to Landstar, and you were doing the owner-op program, right?
Right.
Landstar gets a percentage of what you run, right?
Absolutely.
So that means if the equipment goes down, they're not running, right?
That's right.
Which means Landstar doesn't get anything, right?
Right.
Same thing here. We're not going to charge them if they're not running.
Okay.
No,
I just wanted to make sure I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't want to commit.
Yeah. I mean, now once we get this thing started up, because we ran into a lot of problems with the owner-op program. The biggest problem we ran into was insurance. I think we got it worked out, so I'm thinking we should be able to have this thing up and going by mid-February. Okay. By mid-February, no later than 1st of March. But we ran into a lot of problems with insurance companies, and the biggest problem we ran into was insurance companies didn't know how to insure multiple carriers being signed on to our owner-op program.
I mean, it's not a new concept.
Exactly. But we finally found, an insurance company says, oh yeah, we can do it. So now we're kind of taking baby steps to work with that insurance company and trying to get everything up and done. I had to do some changing and add someone to my articles of incorporation. That takes a while. So I had to add someone to the articles of incorporation. That's taking a while to get that done. And once we do that, then we'll be able to go ahead and move forward with the owner-op program.
So I'm thinking about around March 1. So yeah, I just didn't want to commit you because I know you have ongoing costs, insurance, the log, and there's other stuff that you have regardless.
Yeah. But like anything else, we're not going to charge someone if their truck is not running. If they're not up and running, we're not going to charge them. Now, if we find out that they're running loads,
they're gonna get charged.
Yeah, if we find out that they're running loads, and because if they're running loads, they're still running them under our authority.
Absolutely, and they got to pay.
So and not only do they got to pay, they may have to pay a penalty.
Right. Yeah, we just have to get some good documentation as to when they're going down, how long they're going down, the shop they're working with.
Exactly.
To get the details to report it in.
Exactly.
All right. Cool. Thank you very much.
No problem. Good question. All right. Next up. Who's next up? This is Q&A. This is Q&A. So questions, any questions is no question is off limits, as long as it's dealing with the industry or something that we're doing or something that we're promoting. Let's have some questions.
Okay, I got another one.
All right.
I know we're looking at the training platform, providing training with the different agencies and having students come in. For that our curriculum. Is there a slide deck created yet for the training material that the instructors would present to the students? Something that we would use to train off of?
Yeah, it's on the website.
Okay.
If you go here, y'all see my screen, right?
Yep, I see it.
All right. So if you go to career fairs, and you go down here and you see right here where it says course schedule.
Yep, got it.
That's an outline of what we'll be doing.
Okay.
Now, once we get this up and going and we learn we figure out who the instructors are gonna be, then we're gonna have a full let me put this up. We're gonna have a full like a training manual.
Right, exactly.
Okay, yeah, like actual training manual, not just telling you what we're doing, but going through,
yeah,
going through the stuff. So
yeah, just kind of take me back because I'm a military instructor, so we always have either a blackboard or a slide deck that we have for the students and instructors.
But there's the layout right there of what we're gonna be, what's gonna take place from day one, from orientation.
Right.
What's covered. Doing orientation, was all right here. And then you have day 2, class starts at this time. This is what we're covering. Okay. Then on day 3, tells you when class starts and what time we break, what time we resume, and this is what we're covering.
All right, awesome.
And day 4 and day 5, same thing. And day 6, is the final exams. And we have the final exams and the reverse career interviews.
Right.
Okay.
Awesome.
And you can download this. It's on the page. It's on the website.
Yep. Yeah, I've already collected it, and I'm talking to a couple of agencies to see if we can kind of incorporate that into their program.
Okay, great. All right. Anybody else got any questions? Tonight is Q&A. We're not doing any quote-unquote training sessions tonight. Tonight is all Q&A. That's what Wednesday nights are reserved for, Q&A. Questions, anybody?
Mr. Cap.
Yes, sir.
Cap, and I have a question. It's Messi. Can we use this curriculum and do it in our local, like for our franchisees, for the dispatchers we're about to hire? Can we use this as a training platform, and we can have the policymakers pay for it, or any other organization?
Okay, are you talking about what we're doing for the guaranteed career placements?
Yeah.
No.
No. We can. Okay.
No. This is only for us to use with what we're doing. This is something that we put together for the guaranteed career placement event. You can't go and create another platform and say, I want to use this to train my people.
No. What I'm saying is, if it can extend to that small level with your guidance and the training platform, but we'll probably take maybe 2 or 5 people a year.
No, this is for, all right, let's make sure we get this straight. This has to be approved by, government agencies. Once we get that approved, you can't go and use this outside of what it's intended for. That's like National Truck Driving School says, okay, we have a truck driving curriculum school, but we're going to allow some of the instructors to use what we do to train people outside of the National Truck Driving School. Okay, outside of our set times, of doing this, when we do it, class schedules, the times of year we do it, and that type of stuff. You can't do that. Okay, you can't, because our funding is coming from federal organizations. On top of that, even if we were just doing it just privatized, where people were paying us to do it, this is all part of our branded material, part of our trademark with the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers. Okay, so, you're not gonna have, if I understand you correctly, you're saying that can we, charge someone and only have 1 or 2 students and then use this to train them off of? Is that what you're saying?
Not exactly that way, but what I'm saying is we can use the skeleton. That pretty much we train, we educate, and then we job placing.
Okay. If they're not attending the set career placement events, this is not being used outside of that.
Say less.
You understand what I'm saying? This is only to be used in our set career placement events, because this is something that we are putting together that separates us from everybody else. Okay, this is not just something that we're throwing together and saying, hey, we're gonna put this out there and we're gonna use it just whenever we want, just where we want to. No. Okay, this is a structured career placement event that happens 4 times a year in each region or in pre-selected states. You understand what I'm saying? And the reason why that is because those government agencies have to have a scheduled time to get people signed up, get them ready, get their funding together, and get everything over to us. Okay? If we start doing random stuff, then it becomes chaos. All right? And we don't want chaos. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I would think if you wanted to train your people, there's the YouTube videos from RBBS, videos 1 through 6.
Yeah. Or if you want to train your people, just sign up for the corporate enrollment and enroll your people under the corporate enrollment. Like you all are being trained now. Like you all come to our, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and Saturday broadcast. You get access to the tools and resources and all that type of stuff. If that's what you want to do, sign up for the corporate enrollment. You understand?
Yeah. I got it. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Next question.
Yeah, and it's I caught bits and pieces of the last night meeting. I just want to make sure I'm sending my information over for the affiliate or branches.
Yeah. You can send information. Any information that you want to send over to us regarding training or regarding becoming an instructor with our guaranteed career placement events, and then you send that over to training@theRBBSLLC.org.
Right.
That's where all that goes. And the video to last night meeting is on our Facebook page.
Got it.
So it is up and on our Facebook page. Do I have my Facebook page up? No, let me pull it up. It's on our Facebook page.
Yeah, I think I saw it posted.
Yep. I haven't posted it on YouTube yet, but it is on our Facebook page.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I got the right information to you for the branch owners.
Yeah. Okay. But let's see. I think there it is right there.
All right, got it. I'll check it out.
All right. It's How to Dispatch 2021. That's what it's titled as. All right. All right. Let's continue with questions. Tonight is Q&A, all Q&A. So any questions you all have? All right. While I'm waiting for you all to get your questions together, I've had I'm going to address some questions that I've gotten this week. We have a lot of new people. Okay, we have a lot of new people. If you are new, if you are new, the first thing that you should be doing when you get into your back office site, you should be watching this video first. So let's start with this video. Okay, if you have not watched that video, don't call me asking questions. because you haven't watched this video. If you have not, the second thing you should do is watch this series of videos, How to Dispatch. It's a series of 6 videos. You should watch them each 3 times, and watch them in succession. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then number 6. Then go back and watch number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 6. Then go back and watch number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 6. Okay. After you've done that, you should be going through each one of these little things and seeing what everything is, right, and clicking on it and seeing what it is and seeing how it works. Okay. Now, once you've done all that, if you still have a legitimate question, then you are free to call up and say, hey, how do I find this? Or hey, where do I go to get this? Or where don't call me, don't call up asking all those questions if you have not reviewed these things right here first. Okay, because this tells you where everything is. This was a private consultation that we recorded with someone that wanted to know where everything is and how everything works. So watch that. This gives you the steps on how to dispatch. So if you're calling me up and you're asking me a question about what do we send to the carrier when we're sending them the invoice, what do we attach it to? What do we attach to it? All right, if you haven't if you haven't gone down here and and watched all this stuff and watched the invoicing video, in this series, then why are you calling me? Because it's in here. Now, it's not that I don't want to talk to you. It's just that we have a lot of people within our network. I get calls all day, every day. I lie to you all not. I get on average about 12 calls per hour. It's literally that many calls. On average, 12 calls per hour. Some are coming from shippers and brokers wanting to know if we have trucks in a certain area. Some are coming from my carriers who are asking questions. They have problems doing out on the road and this and that. A lot are coming from people who are calling up saying, tell me about your training program. I've been watching you on YouTube. Tell me about it. What is this? They have a lot of questions. Okay? And I have a lot of calls from members who are calling up asking questions to answers that are in the videos or answers that is in your back office site. The answers are they really are there. And a lot of times what you all are going to get from me when you ask questions and the answer is in the videos, I'm going to tell you to go watch the video. I'm not going to give you the answer because that would be the easy way out. Because the next time you have a question, something that's in the video, what are you going to do? You're going to call me up and you're going to ask a question again. But if you get used to me telling you, well, you should go back and pull that video up because there's a video on invoice. There's a video on auto hauling. There's a video on this. There's a video on that. Okay, where do I find it? In your back office. That's what I want to tell you. Because if your questions, if you really have a legitimate question, then why aren't you on the Wednesday night asking a bunch of questions when we have a time slot for questions? You understand what I'm saying? The reason why we have these time slots is so that I can manage this thing effectively. If you're not taking advantage or using the time slots, Monday nights, Tuesday night, and especially Wednesday night Q&A, if you're not using those time slots, then I mean, why are you calling me up during the day asking questions that you should be asking during Q&A? But when it comes time to Q&A, I have to pull questions out of, some people. Only about 3 or 4 people want to ask questions. But as soon as we get off the call, as soon as we get off this thing on Wednesday nights, there are instances sometimes when we will have Q&A, we will finish up with Q&A, nobody want to ask questions, and it never fails. About 10 minutes after we end or 20 minutes after somebody calls up, hey, I got a question. The reason why we have these time slots is so we can manage all this, okay? So start thinking about, in terms of how this is all managed, all right? because you're putting the extra burden on me when you're not taking advantage of what we have slotted the times for what they're slotted for. That's why we have those times. That's why this platform is set up the way it is. So we spend time with you all Monday nights, Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, Saturdays. We spend all this time with you so that we can manage that, so I can have time to spend with my carriers, with the brokers, with the shippers, with new people who are calling up wanting to know about the program. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
All right. All right. So now one of the questions that someone called up and asked about today was where do I find hot shots, less than full loads, and power only? Well, you can find them on the regular load boards. Okay, power onlys are labeled POs. Hot shots are either going to be labeled hot shots, or just look for less than full loads. Now, we do have a hot shot load board, okay? And by Friday, we will have the power only stuff from JB Hut 360 on this platform too. So it will be here in the back office too by Friday, okay? So, but we do have we do have hot shot load boards and things of that nature. Go through here. I think this one is what is this one? Y'all have to forgive me. I've been having headaches all day, and my eyesight is not what it should be right now. That's why I'm leaning forward, trying to see what's on the screen. Okay, there's our hot shot carrier, our hot shot load board. Now, this load board is kind of, it fickles sometimes. It will pull it up, but sometimes you have to go back and log into the other load board for it to load up. But here tonight, it's working correctly. So this is your hot shot load board right here. Okay, and as you can see, it's got quite a few loads on it, and they usually have quite a few prices in there. Okay, it's not one of those load boards when you go through and 90% of the loads not priced. Actually, about 70% of these loads are priced on the actual load board. Okay, so you can see what the prices are before you pick them up and things. This is it. Now, let's remember something about hot shots. Hot shots are not going to pay as well as regular loads, are they not? Y'all do understand that, right?
Right. They won't.
They won't pay as well as regular loads. But for some reason, hot shot drivers don't seem to recognize that fact. They don't seem to recognize that they're not going to get the same pay that dry van and flatbed carriers are going to get. All right? You always have a lot of hot shots players. Well, how come I can't get loads that's paying $3 or $4 a mile like the other flatbed? Because you're not a flatbed driver. Yeah. You're a hot shot. Yep. Okay? Your truck gets better gas mileage. Right?
Different market.
Whole different market. The truck gets better gas mileage. You can't go to places that they go. You can't pull the weight that they pull. Because remember, those big trucks, they only get 5.56 miles to the gallon.
Yeah.
When your hot shot gets about what, 14 miles, sometimes 16, 17 miles to the gallon, right?
Yep.
That's a big difference. That's a big difference. So when you see a hot shot load that's paying $1.14 per mile, that's really like the equivalent of a regular load that's paying almost $3 per mile. Because of the amount of fuel that you're gonna save by pulling that with a regular truck. Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. And sometimes you got to break this down to hot shot drivers, because a lot of them really don't see it. You got to break it down to them. Say, look, you're a hot shot driver. You're driving a regular, truck. You're not driving one of these big commercial, semi trucks. Those trucks only get 5.56 miles to the gallon. Your truck gets what? 14, 16, 17 miles to the gallon? So you expect to get the same pay for the same load? No. This is a business. Let's remember that. This is a business for everybody who's involved, right? So everything has to balance out. So just keep that in mind when you have those hot shot drivers that are complaining about why you never can't find me no good load. Why I'm finding you good loads. It's just what your perspective of a good load is. You need to change your perspective. Okay? All right. Q&A.
Question, Calvin. How does the JB Hunt work? For the say the power loads, or only. If I have a carrier that wants to do that, and I look on the board and there's jobs there, do I hit what was it again? Book? Do I select book? And how do I get that information?
Well, first of all, you got to sign your carrier up with JB Hunt.
Okay.
You just can't go there and book under my logo, because if you book it under me, they're gonna expect my carrier to show up.
Right. Right.
Okay, so don't do that, y'all. Okay.
Yeah, I just want to be sure.
Hold on here. Because remember, if you're using the JB Hunt load board, you got to sign your carrier up to JB Hunt. You got to get them on with JB Hunt. Okay, that's the first thing. You got to get them on with JB Hunt. Come on, you got to get them on with JB Hunt. That's number one. Okay, that's number one.
Has to qualify then for JB Hunt.
Yeah, and it's really not that hard. All you really got to do is as long as you've got their EIN, I'm not EIN, their MC and their DOT number, and things of that nature. And if you got all the insurance paperwork, it is in order. You can get signed up with them really, 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 quick and easy. Y'all give me a minute. I gotta look at this. And this is why I don't really worry about people seeing my login, because they can't run the loads anyway. Because if they do and the truck shows up, it's not gonna match what they have on file. Y'all see what I'm saying? So for every, and I've got like a whole bunch of logins for JB Hunt, because I got a whole bunch of trucks running JB Hunt loads. So you see how that is? You all are you're like the master control, right? For all of your trucks that are going to be on the JB Hunt load board. You can't run your trucks under one login with JB Hunt. Each truck that you're representing has to have its own login.
Okay.
Okay? All right, so each truck that you're running on the JB Hunt has to have its own login. Because when they run those loads and they, up here, when that pay thing up there, right? That's to that particular truck. Y'all got it?
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. And so like I say, this is just for one carrier. Now all this has been paid on down here, but this right here is just for one carrier for the last 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks. Well, but for the last month, I think it's for the last 30 days. So yeah. So as you can see, you can make some good money with JB Hunt, man. It's not a joke. You can make some great money with JB Hunt. Okay.
Does this allow you to be, let's say, the only dispatcher dispatching, let's say, 10 trucks or whatever?
Let's say that again now.
Okay, so you can dispatch as many trucks as long as you have the login information.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're gonna have a different login for each one you have assigned with JB Hut.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
And just to piggyback off Mr. Agard's question, so for the payout, are we doing a flat fee dispatch with those guys like on Assurance USA, or is it 10% per load or 3% to RBBS?
No. When we open this up to the National Dispatch Network, you charge what you want to charge, and you keep 100% of that. None of that comes to us. None of that comes to us. None of that comes to Assurance USA. None of that comes, anything like that.
Okay.
Okay. Does everybody understand that?
Okay, so they have their login. I mean, we have our login as the master control. Then they have their login.
No, no, you have the login. It's not. They don't have a login. And you have a separate login. No.
Okay, so there's just one master control login.
Yeah. What is your function as a dispatcher? What does the statute say? The statute says that as a dispatcher, right? Let me go back and quote the statute. And I have to quote it all because I memorized it all in one phrase. CFR 37149.1 through 49.4. The statute starts off by saying by only a properly bonded and insured freight broker can take ownership of freight from a shipper and dispense it out to a carrier for a margin of fee. But then if you turn to page 9 in 49.1, it states that there is one exception to a bonded and properly insured freight broker, and that is a bona fide agent. Bona fide agent is described as any individual, entity, or company that must have a pre-existing agreement with a carrier or owner-operator to find said carrier or owner-operator suitable freight persuading to said carriers or owner-operator specific criteria, right? In the 49.2, it goes on to say that said bona fide agent operates under the authority of the contracted owner-operator or said carrier, right?
Correct.
So if you're operating as an agent for that carrier, for said carrier, if you got 10 different carriers, you're an agent for each one of them. So that's separate. With JB Hut, if you got carrier number 1, you got to get a login for carrier number 1. Now, as an agent, your job is to get your carrier signed up with these different load boards. Is to get find your carrier's freight. So there's no need for you to have a separate login. You are the agent for that carrier, so you are managing all the logins. You are managing their login.
Got it.
You understand?
You
can even go so far as to do your contract with a carrier that states that only you are privy to access the accounts of where you get the loads from for your carriers. You already know that, did you?
No, that's exactly what I would do.
I mean, it's an individual contract. You can structure it any way you want to, because according to DOT and the Federal Motor Carrier Association, you are the bona fide agent. Right? And that agreement that must be in place is your dispatch agreement. So you can structure your dispatch agreement any kind of way you want to. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. There's no law that says you can't structure your dispatch agreement that lets your carrier know that only you in this relationship with the carrier, when they're dealing with you, only you are privy to where you're getting your loads from. Because in some instances, some dispatchers actually have a power of attorney. Do they not?
Correct.
Yep,
yes.
I've seen that.
Some dispatchers actually get their carrier to sign a limited power of attorney. So therefore, the carrier doesn't even know where they're getting the loads from. The dispatcher only knows. Dispatcher has all the logins because they're the bona fide agent. That's what bona fide agent means. You are their representative. Okay?
Got it.
All right.
How do you work around the fact that when there's a packet to be signed or filled out by the operator.
If you have a power of attorney, then you can sign it.
Okay.
As the bona fide agent, but
right.
you always want to consult with your client. Now, if you don't have a power of attorney, just forward over to them, let them sign it. I mean, shoot them a DocuSign or an Adobe sign. If you because remember back when we first started this training program and we talked about relationships.
Yes.
You should have that kind of relationship with your carrier. If you got the kind of relationship with your carrier where everything you send over to them, they're gonna scrutinize it to the point to like they don't trust you, then that's not a good relationship. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's why you have to develop that relationship with your carrier. Hey, John, what's up, Calvin? Look, man, I got this new load board, and they got some great loads. I'm gonna shoot you some stuff over. I need you to sign it so I can go ahead and get you signed up. Hey, man, no problem. No, you've been doing great work for us. You know, just whatever you need, man. That's the type of relationship you're supposed to have. Not, well, why are we getting another load board? Well, who are they and what they do and da 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 da. That's not the type of relationship you want.
Yeah, it shouldn't matter. Yeah, it shouldn't matter as long as you're hitting the price points that they want to hit.
Exactly.
Well, they're not paying for it.
Exactly. That's why it's important to build relationships.
Yeah, I asked that question to say this because I had a carrier today. He wanted a short run. I found him something going about I think it was it's over 300. The company was going to pay about 6. I was able to get him about 7. And then when I got the information, it meant for him to hold on to the load on a reefer until the 15th. So I said, no, we can't do that. If you pick it up tomorrow or tonight, sorry, we can't hold it to the 15th. So,
all right, hold up. Now, but go ahead. But y'all remember that because I'm gonna ask y'all what's the remedy to that. But go ahead.
Okay, so the broker came back and said, okay, how much would you take to hold on to the load? So my carrier came back and said he would take 14. They was paying 7, and it meant he would have to hold it for another day. He would take another $700, right? Anyways, that agreement went through. When they sent me the carrier packet and he started to fill it, he, got all his information and everything in there, right? But then the latter part of the agreement, whatever he read, he was in an agreement with. So that whole time was wasted, between me getting him the load and trying to sign up. And for the last minute for him to say, no, I don't agree with this, whatever was in the agreement.
All right. Okay. Now, for everybody else, what could have been a solution to that problem? Because I ran into that a lot. I tell you, well, not a lot from time to time, but I tell you what how I solved that problem. But you all tell me how you would have solved that problem, how you would have addressed that problem. Anybody?
I drop.
What do you mean by drop? Talk to us like we was, don't know what we're talking about. Like we don't know anything about this business. Explain that.
Offer the load to the shipper or the receiver and see if they could receive it early. If not, if they could drop the load on premises. If not, get reimbursed for the fuel while the trailer is running, possibly.
All right. Now, let me ask you a question. If you could seek reimbursement for the fuel, can't you seek reimbursement for storage?
Oh.
Huh?
Storage.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yes.
So, look,
storage. What type of storage?
All right.
What?
The
like
whole
a parking lot storage?
No, like
in the trailer.
Inside the warehouse?
Like a warehouse. Like a warehouse storage. Like a warehouse, U-Haul storage, just whatever. Because the whole problem is what? They want you to hold on to the load for a couple of days, right?
1 day at least, yeah.
Yeah, before you drop it.
That means you can't run any more loads.
Exactly. But if you can negotiate, I tell you what, we can do that. But I want in writing that I can store this load, run a load in between that, come back, pick that load up, and then deliver that load. And in doing so, I'm going to need reimbursement for my storage costs.
Yeah.
You understand?
Oh, wow.
Yes. I mean, you got to think outside the box. Because I've done that.
I didn't know that service was offered.
I've done it's not offered, but it's something that you have to be
inquire about.
No, you have to learn to think outside. Yeah, you have to develop ingenuity. Okay, you can't just take things for face value. Well, they say I can pick this load up, but let's say the day is Monday, but they say I can't drop it until Thursday. So I got to hang on to it between Monday and Thursday. Are you going to just miss all that business in between Monday and Thursday? No. Sure, I can secure that load because all they want you to do is secure the load, right? On Monday, right?
Right.
Right? They don't say that you got to sit there and watch the load the whole time. The load just has to be secured away from their premises because they don't have the room for it. That's why they're telling you that. They need to get it out of their premises so they can make room for something else. So if they don't have the room for it, they're asking you to do what? Make room for it, right?
Right.
So get it from them, get their okays, okay. I can secure this load. I can take it. I've got a storage facility where I can properly secure the load. And then I come back to my storage facility on Wednesday, pick the load up, and then deliver it on Thursday. But you got to reimburse me for my storage.
Yep.
That makes sense?
Yeah. In this case, the company was offering him another $700, which he approved to hang on to the load.
Yeah, but look, you don't have to hang on. You don't have to sit there and just babysit a load.
No,
you just have to make sure that the load is properly secured.
Yeah.
Because let me ask you a question. If he picked the load up and then he went home, is the load still sitting there at his house?
Yeah.
Parking lot. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What's the difference? Or it's sitting at a truck stop, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the difference in taking that load, right? Open the trailer up, unloading it into a storage facility, locking it. You go run some more loads, come back, unlock it, load that truck back up, and then you take off and go deliver that load.
Yeah, you put it in a bonded warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
that's a good idea.
That was done. He ended up not.
Yeah. Look, you all have got to start learning how not to run over money. because if you start just open yourselves up to thinking outside the box.
Yeah, because that's a service you can mark up.
Oh my God. Yeah, I can't tell you the number of times I've made some serious money doing that.
Oh man.
I've even offered other carriers, because I have access to storage facilities, say, look, I'll store it for you if you got a load, right, that you pick it up now, but they want you to hold it, bring it, drop it off from my thing, I'll store it for you, you pay me for it, then you go run some more load, you come back and then you pick it up. Learn this business.
That's some easy money.
Look, y'all, there is so much money to be made in this business, but you got to learn how to look at it from a standpoint of not being so closed-minded. You got to think like an entrepreneur. Because that's what I tell y'all all the time. You got to think out. Now, haven't I always told y'all, think outside the box?
Yep, solutions to problems.
Exactly. It's just problem solving. That's all this is.
Yep.
And with every problem you solve, you make money by solving that problem. Now, I guarantee you there's a lot of people who are going to see this and say, man, I didn't know that. Because they don't think outside the box. Look, this is problem solving, and thinking outside the box is a difference between a dispatch firm that's making $100,000 a year and what we did last year, more than $400,000. That's the difference, y'all. Learning how to solve these problems and make money. with every problem you solve. Instead of just, taking it from face value, where they say I gotta pick the load up and I can't deliver till Thursday, that must mean I gotta hang on to the load. No, that means you just have to secure the load. Don't say that you gotta be there to watch that load 24/7, because you ain't gonna watch 24/7 no way. You probably gonna go home, park your truck with the load in there. You inside, you ain't watching the load then, are you? You go to the grocery store.
Taking the risk of losing it.
Yeah, you go to the grocery store, you ain't watching the load, are you? Right? You sleep at night, you ain't watching the load. You might go to your son's football game, you ain't watching the load.
Nope.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, you might as well store it.
Exactly. Store it in a secure location where you know it's safe.
Yeah.
And go out and run some more loads and come out and pick that up and then deliver that one on time. Come on, people. This business is here for you all to make money, so make money. Okay? Learn how to make money. Learn how to become an entrepreneur. Think outside the box. All right? Good question. I'm glad you brought that up.
Can you also be a powerhouse in the meantime? Sometimes just leave the trailer and become a power only.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Exactly. You drop your trailer and become a power only. But is your trailer secured?
Yeah, you put it in a secure place and get an invoice. Yeah.
That's why I say the storage is better, because you can take the load out of the trailer and secure the load.
Yeah, bonded warehouse. That way you're protected all the way around.
Exactly, man. Somebody's listening. Somebody's listening. You're still out making money.
Yeah, I mean, if you look up and down the major highways, you'll see warehouses going up all over the place.
Yeah, all over the place. All over the place. You can go in there and say, well, yeah, we'll charge you $600. You can go back to the broker and say, well, okay, I can do it, but I'm gonna need an extra $1,200.
That's right.
Come on, man. Think outside the box, y'all. Think outside the box. Or I need extra $1,000, extra $900. Whatever it is, you're gonna make each somewhere between $300 and another $600 on that bad boy. And you're gonna go out and run some more loads, make some money, come back and grab that one on Wednesday, drop it off on Thursday.
Yeah, because convenience cost.
Exactly. Exactly.
Facts.
There is nothing that says you can't do that. But you gotta start thinking like an entrepreneur. Okay? Because all you are taking responsibility for is for the securement of the load. And if the load is behind lock and key, it is secured, correct?
Yep.
And like you said, if you're doing it with a bonded warehouse, not only is it secure, but it's secure and insured.
And insured, secured and insured. So if there's any loss or damage,
exactly,
you're covered for it.
Exactly, you're covered. This is a great business, y'all. I tell y'all it is. Best business I ever came across. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's why I'm sticking with it. Okay? This business, as a dispatcher, as a freight broker, as someone who arranges the shipment of freight, can make you a millionaire. But only if you start thinking like an entrepreneur. If you keep just running over money, keep letting money walk out the door. Come on. You can't do that. Okay, start thinking like an entrepreneur. Every time someone comes up with a problem, here's what I think. Like, when someone presents something like that to me, I look at it as, okay, here's an opportunity for me to make some more money. I just got to put my thinking cap on. All right, how can I turn this around and make some more money by solving this problem? Y'all start pricing that sometime. When they come at you with something that's out of the ordinary, he's okay. Great. Here's an opportunity for me to make some extra money.
Yep, problems are opportunities.
That's all they are. That's all they are. I swear to you, that's all they are.
Yeah, you don't wish for the problems to go away. You wish for the skills to handle those problems.
Exactly. The more problems you solve, the more money you make.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Who has another question? Great question. Questions, concerns, problems you run into. That's what tonight is for. Q&A. Q&A, Q&A. We got about, shoot. We started at 7 o'clock. It's 7:55 already. But time flies. I'm going to do about another 15 minutes. Q&A, Q&A, Q&A.
Where are we at with TAF?
We're at with what now?
TAF.
With TAF?
TAF, yeah.
I mean, we're still good with TAF. I mean, y'all got to start sending them stuff. I mean, TAF is on board. But, you know, it don't work unless you use it. Right?
Yeah. I've used it and haven't had any results, really.
Okay. Have you been calling them back and asking what's going on with your client?
I call them, or I call them right after I set up the client information. They're always telling me, okay, we're going to call. Then, you know, like,
well,
after the client is calling me, is like, what's going on? I haven't heard from your people.
Well, you got to stay on them, man, because I've had a couple of things that have gone through with tabs and paid off. Okay. You just got to stay on them. I had a couple of stuff with factoring that I sent over to them, and it's paid off.
Yeah.
So you got to stay on them. Just keep following up with them. I've sent some people over that did factoring that paid off. I sent some people over, you know, they signed up for the fuel card. They signed up for the tire discount program and things like that. Now, the fuel cards, that's not gonna really pay you. That's more like an incentive to get people hooked on to build relationships. Y'all know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is not something that really pays you like that. I mean, it does, but not like a whole bunch of money. It's like a couple of, yeah, it's like a thing that helps you to build loyalty, brand loyalty. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's basically what that's for. So you're helping them to save anywhere from 40 to 80 cents per gallon.
Yeah, that's a foot in the door.
Yeah, that's a big way to get them to start a really good relationship, right?
Yep.
Right? Well, who is this guy? Oh man, he helped me get this fuel card that saves me 40 to 80 cents a gallon. What? Well, what do they do? Oh, they do all kind of stuff. You know, they got this, they got that, they got. You see what I'm saying? It's like I said,
Right.
it's a foot in the door. It's like take a look at what we have, and in the meantime, let me do you a favor. Here's this fuel card that's going to save you 40 to 80 cents per gallon. You see how that works?
Yeah.
You know, that's why we have the stuff here, so it helps us to build brand recognition, help us to build brand loyalty. That's what it's for. Then when they see that, they say, well, you know, we do factoring, right? Mm-hmm. That way, you can get them onto the factoring thing, and bam. Okay, we just talked about the RBBS trucking. Okay, we talked about that. If you came in late, you probably missed it. Someone just sent me a message saying, "What's up, days on RBBS trucking?" That's one of the first things that we talked about. Okay, the short answer, expect more movement on around March 1st, around the first week of March. Okay. You want to hear the long answer? Go back and watch this video when it comes out. All right. All right. I was just reading some of the comments here. All right. But yeah, but that's like a lot of the stuff that we have with them, you know, like that and the tire program. That's just to help build brand loyalty. And then, you know, for you to get a foot in the door, you can tell them about the flat fee dispatching, tell them about the factoring, and all that stuff. Then you can go and talk about what you have with Mr. Brian, with Mr. Kajun, and the business credit, all that type of stuff. And I'm working with Mr. Kajum to create an affiliate link, like we have with the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers. Okay, so we're working to create an affiliate link that you all can get to share, and then when people click on it, it goes right over to them, and you get credit for it, as if you were sending them the information. Y'all got it?
Got it.
All right, cool. And that should help.
Yeah,
and that should help to promote that a lot better.
Right. Are we still going through you to connect to him, or do we just connect with him directly?
No, once you get your affiliate link, all you gotta do is just share your link.
Okay.
And then it's gonna reflect that it came from you and from the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, from Assurance USA. So, but it's gonna show that it came from you, and it will have an affiliate back office like we have with the RBBS. But you can go and when it shows, who you refer, how many clicks you got, all that type of stuff. So you can track, and so you can track everything just like we do with the RBBS. I'm just taking what we did with RBBS and I'm helping him to set his up too, just like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And that should make it a lot smoother, a lot easier. And that way it allows you to be able to track it. He tracks it, and we track it out, and everybody's able to track and see what's going on with your prospect. Make sense?
Yeah.
All right. We got time for about one more question. It's already.
Mr. Calvin, I have a question.
Yes.
Did you receive my email about being branch owner?
Yeah, Miss
Williams.
Yeah, I received them. I just haven't gotten around to responding to them yet. I will respond to them this week, though.
Okay.
Yeah, I need help. I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you do. I'm gonna get you an assistant.
I need help. I got a lot of stuff going on, but I did see them though. I looked at them, and I would get around to doing Miss Katrina Underwood. I saw yours that you sent. A lot of people were sending me stuff. I've seen them. Mr. Agar, I've seen them. I've seen them all. Just give me a minute, and I will get around to getting it back to you. All right?
Hey.
All right. Trust me. Anything that concerns, moving forward and expanding our, our business, I see it. So I do. I really do. And I'm gonna get y'all on board, and get everything going for you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, everybody. It's after 8 o'clock. I promised my wife that I wouldn't do these things longer than an hour to an hour and a half. And I got to keep my promises. She's trying to whip me back into shape. I got to lose some weight and stuff. I've got.
Did you find your dog?
Huh?
Did you find your dog?
Yes, she came back. We let the other dog out, and the other dog went and got her. That's her buddy. So, I've got my physical on Friday for our third whole life private reserve account. So
awesome.
Did you all send me some stuff? Did some of y'all send me some stuff requesting? Shoot it to me through the Facebook Messenger. If you want to know, if you want my contact with Mutual of Omaha, if you all, to get the extra private reserve account, because you can only do one per person with Cal Choice. Any organization will only let you do one, per person. You can't go and have 5, whole life insurance policies just on yourself. You have one on yourself and one on your spouse, and maybe one on your child or children, something like that. But you can't have multiple ones on yourself through the same company. Okay? But you can have multiple ones through different companies. Y'all got that?
Got it.
All right. So if you want that extra, if you want to know who my contact is through Mutual of Omaha, shoot me something through Facebook Messenger, and I'll copy it, paste it, send it right back to you, with his name and number, and you can call him up and let them know what you want, and let them know that you're looking for. And just tell them, hey, I want that whole life income replacement policy. Because that's basically what it is. It's a whole life. It's an insurance policy that you use as an investment vehicle. Okay? People call it private reserve banking, infinite banking, self-banking, but it's a whole life insurance policy that guarantees income replacement, lifetime income replacement. Okay? All right. That's it, man. Hope y'all picked up some stuff tonight. Good questions. I like the questions you all answered. I'm sorry, you all posed. We was able to give y'all some good answers, and hopefully we enlighten you all on some things on how you can implement certain things to make more money, learn how to solve problems. But remember, this is a business. Treat it like that. Okay? When you're approaching stuff with this, everything, look at it with an entrepreneur eye. Because that's what it's all about. This is entrepreneurship. That's what it is. So look at it with that standpoint. When someone brings a problem to you, don't say, oh, man, God, another problem. No, look at it. Oh, chance to make some more money. Because that's what our problem is. All right? All right, everybody. Thank y'all. I will see you all on Saturday. We may have something tomorrow night real quick, but really what we're going to be doing tomorrow night, just log on to the MWR because that's what tomorrow night is. And MWR have their regular scheduled training, and that's what we normally just log into. So just look to log into your normal regular scheduled training with MWR Financial, and I will see you all there. Okay?
All righty. Have a good one.
Yeah. Have a good night.
All right, everybody. Y'all have a good night.
All right. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Have a good night.